Hello friends, and welcome back to another live stream video. So, guys, grab your coffee or grab your snack, preferably not turkey, because today's story honestly deserves a full conversation. I woke up to this headline and thought, okay, did the vice president really just say that anyone who claims to like Turkey is full of shit? Yes. Then I watched the clip, and yes, JD Vance absolutely went there. He said it to a whole room full of troops at Fort Campbell. And the way he said it, you can tell he was joking. But he was also making a bigger point about Thanksgiving, about what's American, and about the whole culture around this one meal we celebrate every November. So, guys, let's talk about it, the humor, the politics, the symbolism, and why this one little comment is actually blowing up online more than you would expect. So, guys, here is how it went down. Vance is talking to the troops, and out of nowhere, he hits them with this line. Think about Turkey. Who really likes Turkey? Be honest. A couple raise their hands, he just fires back with, You are full of shit. And you could see the room crack up a little bit because it's such a weirdly relatable thing. Half the country pretends they love Turkey, and the other half is quietly suffering through dry slices every year. But then he makes this point, and honestly, I laughed because it's true. He says, How many times do you roast an 18-pound turkey on a random summer afternoon? And he is also right. Nobody does that. I have never seen someone casually say, Hey bro, it's July, fire up the grill, let's roast a huge turkey. It just doesn't happen. And he says that's proof nobody actually likes it. Now, obviously, he is exaggerating for humor, but he is tapping into something kind of interesting. Turkey isn't about the taste, it's about the ritual. It's about the fact that Thanksgiving is uniquely American, not imported, not borrowed, not commercial in the Christmas sense. It's just our day to cook this massive oversized bird and make memories with it, whether the bird tastes good or not. And then JD Vance says he's deep frying his turkey this year, which honestly is the closest turkey ever gets to tasting good in the first place. Then he adds that chicken is delicious all the time, which again is true. Chicken has never let anyone down. Turkey needs help. Herbs, butter, brine, injections, prayers. It's a whole operation. But underneath the jokers, Vance pivots to something more serious. He talks about the gratitude. And this is where you kind of see the point of the speech. He says, Thanksgiving is so American because the heart of it is gratitude. And that's where he turns the message towards the troops, appreciating them, recognizing their service, reminding them that the president is proud of them, the administration stands behind them, and they are the reason this country remains safe. There is a moment where he states the most powerful weapon in America isn't a tank or a plane, it's their soldiers. And you can feel the room shift from laughter to pride. He is building morale, making them feel respected, seen, and appreciated. And that's something politicians have always done on the Thanksgiving. Use the holiday to remind troops and families that they are not forgotten. The only difference here is Vance wrapped up the whole thing in a kind of relatable, slightly dramatic, chaotic family dinner energy. It's like your uncle roasting the turkey, but somehow also giving your life advice. It feels very on brand for the Trump Vance world, blunt, jokey, anti politically correct, but then shifting into the patriotic seriousness. And the timing is also interesting because the day before Trump held the annual turkey pardoning ceremony at the White House, joking that Biden's previous pardons were invalid because he used an auto pen. So there is this whole thing. running between both of them, humor, poking fun, sounding casual, sounding human, and trying to claim this holiday as something authentically America first. And meanwhile, Vance and his wife, Usha, along with their kids, were serving mashed potatoes and dinner rolls to the troops. That's the part that doesn't go viral online but actually matters. Politicians showing up physically, talking to people who serve, sharing a meal with them. That's not fake, that's a real connection. So, guys, the turkey comment sounds silly, but it's also kind of strategic. It lands, it feels human, it doesn't sound like a stiff Thanksgiving message typed by a press aide. It sounds like something people actually argue about in the real life. And sometimes that's all it takes for a message to spread faster online than the carefully crafted speeches. And honestly, whether you agree with the Vance politically or not, the reaction to this whole movement shows one thing. Humor disarms people. When politicians stop sounding like the politicians, the clip always goes viral. And saying anyone who likes turkeys are full of shit is definitely one of those lines that's giving to live rent free in the internet for a while. All right, folks, that's my take. Let me know in the chat if you actually like Turkey or if Vance is right and the entire country has been pretending for decades. Because honestly, I feel like this debate is more emotional than the politics sometimes. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more live commentary on the wild moments coming out of DC, hit that like button, share the stream, and stick around. I go live often and we dive into the stories people either misunderstand or miss completely. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Happy Thanksgiving if you are celebrating, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay curious, and don't burn your turkey. Thank you.